Good morning, everybody, and what's up, and welcome back. Guys, it is, of course, that final day of Cyber Monday. That's right, Cyber Monday is now. We are here. We're ready. We're going to be doing these deals. We're going to be having fun. Hey, Rommel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now, like I said, guys, this is the final day of Cyber Monday. Well, I mean, technically, it's the only day of Cyber Monday, but it's the Cyber Monday sale. Let's go there. Now, guys, we have a bunch of great deals for you guys lined up. Like always, this is some of the best deals you guys are going to find all year round, around this time of year. Let's just go there with that. Now, if you haven't picked up one of these power stations or you've been looking at one, today is going to be that day to actually check it out and probably grab one. Now, we have a little bit of something for everybody from the smaller stations to the larger stations. We have great deals to be had. For those of you viewing or coming in and chatting with us, we do have that extra 5% discount code on purchases over $1,000. That is our gift to you for coming in here and hanging out with us and asking questions, looking at all these products. Now, of course, like I said, you guys are going to get some of the amazing deals today to be had. First and foremost, guys, you can get that beautiful 1000 V2 standard price right now today with a 13 or 19% savings. It's like $349. But we actually have a little discount code for you guys where you can get it a little bit cheaper than that if you wanted to, of course, on hand. Now, we have a bunch of other amazing products that we're going to be showing you guys as we go through with this as hand. Now, we're going to start off with, of course, that 1000 V2. We're going to move around cameras. We're going to ignore that camera. The camera's acting a little wonky right now. We had an update. Updates are never fun, but they sometimes can be good. Now, you guys can see that large table of products. You know, sometimes we have a bigger stack of products here. Today, this is our general stack. We're going to have that 1000 V2 down there. We're going to have that 240D. You're going to see the 300 and the 300 plus. You might see that 2000 plus 4000 kit. You're going to see, of course, that 3000 power station over there and the 2000 V2. We're going to start the show off with the 1000 V2 because it's actually a really phenomenal product. Now, the 1000 V2 is what we're going to be showing you guys. It's on this table. It's down there. It's below those LED lighting and above the cabling. Now, that 1000 V2 is a beautiful little product. It's 1070 watt hours of power and 24 pounds. Now, 24 pounds is nice and lightweight. You guys can still carry this around. I mean, you're not going to be, hiking this 12 miles into a campsite by your hand, but you can move from RV to RV, RV to motorhome, motorhome to house, from your car to the campsite, from, house to storage or wherever you need to do it, room to room. It is easily accessible and easily movable at 24 pounds, which is great. The 1070 watt hours of power is phenomenally well done in a package of this size. It's going to give you enough power to run most of your devices without an issue, ranging from like cell phones to laptops to projectors to even your stove, maybe your refrigerator, the flat screen TV back there, and other ways. It'll take you about 2 hours to fully charge this device on a wall plug with the standard 2-hour quick charging, which is great. It's a phenomenally decent charge time for that. Now, with that also being said, you guys can actually do what I like to call emergency situation charging, and you guys can charge it up and get that 1 hour quick charge rate if you need to for emergency situations. Now, by doing that, you guys are going to grab your phone. You're going to download the Jackery app. You're going to go through that little app. You're going to log in. You're then going to connect up to the power station, and then you guys can switch into those settings. It's a lot easier than the way I explained it because, anybody that has an Android or iOS phone or Apple phone can download the app. Logging it in is just, of course, creating an account. Pairing it up is just like hitting a plus symbol, and then it's going to look for, of course, that activated device that's sitting back there. Now, once you're in there, you guys can go in there, turn on the flashlights if you want, turn on the AC outlets, turn off the AC outlets, see your battery consumption. Let's say Darthwing wants to go in and set up a runtime. Let's say he only wants to use it during a certain time. He can go into that app and say, let's set up, a certain time frame. You can do that. Now, of course, you're going to have a bunch of different connections for it. First, you're going to have 12 volt 10 amp DC plug. That's going to be like your cigarette lighter adapter style plug. It's going to allow you to connect up to like the Jackery battery charging cables, so you guys can charge your battery or your car battery. You're then going to have a USB-C 30-watt port, a USB-C 100-watt port. We're connected up to the 100-watt port today with that cabling you guys see. Below that will be the USB 18-watt port. That 18-watt port's a decent port. It's going to do your lower power devices. Let's say like Fernando wants to just charge up a light bulb or a flashlight. You can do that, no problem. It's not going to be an issue with that whatsoever. Now, for those of you that need a little bit more power, you guys can step it up to the 3-prong AC outlet. That AC outlet's going to do 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at, of course, 3,000. You have the flashlight with 3 modes of lighting: single low light lighting, highlight lighting, and SOS pattern. The SOS pattern is going to be more like for trigger or warning people you need help. And that's a cool little thing with that, right? To be able to tell people, hey, I need help, come check this out, come see where I'm at. The flashing light is that like symbol for it. Now, what's up, Phil? How are you doing, buddy? Good morning, Phil. What's up, my guy? Phil, you working from home, I take it. Phil's got to be working from home. So like I said, you guys have a great range with this. Now, it has a handle, and that's the cool part as well. So you do have a handle. It's going to allow you to carry it around. The handle folds up, easily accessible, silicone pads to, of course, keep you moving. You turn on the flashlight just like that, turn it up brighter, turn SOS pattern on, shut it off. Digital display to see everything you want. Let's say you guys want to grab an Olight flashlight. You guys can grab one of these Olight spears or flashlights. You guys can, of course, go like, hey, let's turn this on, and we're going to connect it on. We're going to grab a different color pattern, and then we're going to connect it into, of course, the power source, and then we can actually run the Olight light off of that device just like that. It's that easy, that accessible. The 18-watt power port will do good for that one. With this one, I have a flashlight, 20 or 2. Exactly, you might have about 20 or 2 flashlights. Just, just remember your friends. I mean, I have them too. But it's a cool idea. I mean, you have all of the accessibilities. So, like, the 1000 V2 will allow you to run, let's go here, like a 200-watt desktop PC will give you about 6 hours of runtime, which is a decent amount of runtime. If you want to do maybe 40 cell phone batteries, you guys could charge about 40 cell phones off of this without an issue. You guys could run that flat screen TV for over 20 hours, no problem. You guys could do maybe a 100-watt movie projector for about 10 hours or so. Now, it will range depending on how much you're using that or how high the volume is and all of those other things on this. Now, like always, they got a UL 2743 drop protection, a UL 94V-0 flame retardant shelling, energy saving modes, auto time are off, and of course the accessibilities. Charging, it's going to be about 2 hours, standard quick charging. It's going to be about 2.5 hours if you had 2 of the 200-watt solar panels on hand. Now, let's say for those of you that want to run your Starlink system, you guys could get about 29 hours with the Starlink, 20 drone batteries, maybe 14 laptop charges. You guys could do about 12 hours with the heated blanket. That's going to keep you nice and toasty through that cold morning like I had this morning. I was up and outside at 4 o'clock this morning in the ice. 2 hours with the normal standard, guys, maybe, 14 hours with a mini fridge. It's just going to depend on where you're going with this. It is 13 inches long, 8 inches wide, 10 inches tall. It is 24 pounds. It is nice and small. Now, with all of the connections, the Life 4 cells, over 10 years of lifespan at 100% battery, and then another 10, 20 years at, of course, 70 to 80% battery. You're going to have a nice long lifespan with this device. 20 milliseconds to switch over if you use it as a UPS. So let's say Phil is worried about his work computer dying. He plugs this into, of course, the house wall, and you shouldn't have no issues whatsoever. $349 is going to be your price with this, which is a great deal for that. 19% off, of course. You guys have a great little product that's going to do well. If you want to step it up and you guys want to add a solar panel to it, you guys can add a solar panel to it as well. Now, the solar panels are actually really kind of cool. So you guys can get the 1000 V2 with the 200 watt solar panel for like $551. Now, that panel is an amazing panel. If we come over here, we might actually have, nope. We're wrong panel video. Let's grab the other panel video. You guys can see this panel. This is a large panel. It's going to come with a 10-foot cable. It's going to come about 96 inches long. Bifacial charging. It's a monocrystalline solar cell. IBC technology. It's got everything you want from something like this, including IP68 waterproof, water resistance for harsh and wet weather. Rain, snow, it's not going to bother it. It's going to stay out there and not get in an issue. 10-foot cable standard comes with it. You guys can get the 16.5-foot extension cable from Jackery. There are a few other options out there where you guys can get like a 100-foot cable if you needed to. And that's the cool thing with this. Now, the variations will change, and you guys can actually do whatever you need. And you never have to worry about losing power thanks to Jackery. I agree with that one. Even though I still lose power around here. Apartment living's a little bit different than, of course, other people. 96.5 inches to 97 inches long, guys. This is actually a really, really long panel. The panel is nicely set up. It's going to make sure you guys get at least 26.7% efficiency in low light settings, 100% of course in high light settings. Like today, it's nice and bright right now, so we'd begin a good solar charge today. Now, if you don't want to do that, you guys want to run, maybe you want to run some Christmas decor off of the 1000 V2, you guys can definitely do that as well. Just power it up, connect up the Christmas decor from all your inflatable decorations to all your lighting, and you're up and running. You don't have to worry about it. And that's a great idea with this. So you're going to have a nice little usage on hand and, of course, running it. From 10 plus inflatable decorations to about 6+ sets of LED lights and string lights and, all the other Thomas and Edison style bulbs. And like there was a whole bunch connected to this. Multiple hours of runtime, multiple hours of fun, letting the neighbors see your decorations. Add some really bright lights to it, and you guys can, of course, shine up the whole neighborhood running off your power of Jackery. So you guys got the station by itself or with the 200 watt solar panel for $551. If you want to, though, you guys can get it with the dual 100 watt solar panels for $599. Now, yes, you're probably like, well, that's the same amount of power as the 200 watt panel. It is, but you're getting two panels this way. That way you can spread it out, pick and choose the directions you want to put your panels. Maybe this panel is going to do better over here than there, and you have those variations. Now, you can also do a beautiful 100 watt single panel with the 1000 V2 for $499, if I can remember correctly. Now, as you guys see, we got that old light just running off of that. We got, of course, that beautiful Keystone light that I got in the window. And we are pulling about 9 watts of power out of that. It says I got about 90 hours of runtime left. 90 hours of runtime with that. That's crazy, 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 crazy amount of power with those two little lights running off that. Now, of course, we could plug our house fans into it. We can get our kitchen stoves. If Phil needed to shave his head, he could connect his clippers to it. If Phil's wife needed to blow dry her hair, she could connect the blow dryer to it. Not going to get a super long time with the blow dryer, though. Unfortunately, I apologize to you guys. The 1000 V2 is an amazing product. Honestly, will do very, very well for everybody. We just got a couple lights connected up. I don't know what else I could plug into this. What else could I plug into this? What do I got sitting here? I think I went through this yesterday. I was looking for stuff to plug in, and I was like, I didn't have stuff sitting here, which is weird for me. I mean, if I want to charge some headphones, maybe if I want to charge like my earbuds, I could plug those in. Just have to wrap cables and all the other stuff. But you guys do whatever you want. Any questions about that 1000 V2 or any other product, guys, that we are showing today, go ahead and ask. That's why we're here. We're here to show you guys products. We can bounce around. We don't have to just stick to one product. We're here to show you guys what you want to see. Now, just for the rest of you, I have a 200 watt solar panel hitting me in the ankle, so just give me a second. I'm trying to move it. Me being me, I hit it and knocked it around. Alright, so I'm not really seeing any questions about the 1000 V2, so let's talk about the brother right next door. Well, let's talk about the little brother, the 300. Now, we have a couple options on the table of smaller power stations that will do very, very well for you, from the 300 to the 300 plus. We're going to talk about the 300. This is a $159 station. It's 39% off today. It's normally like $259. So this deal is moving, and it's moving quick. This is like one of those, Amazon choices out there. So it's a quick selling product that will do well. 293 watt hours of power in an 8 or 7 pound package. The big brother is 8 pounds. So 7.1 pounds. 7.1 pounds is very lightweight. So much so that, you know what, we're going to change it up with this show today. I'm going to grab it. Let's grab it. You guys can grab it. You guys can do some arm curls, start working out. You know what? Get that blood flowing, get that blood pumping while powering up some stuff. On the bottom, you're going to have silicone pads. On all of these stations, they have silicone pads so you guys can set it on surfaces that you may be worried about scratching up, marring, or damage. On the side, you're going to have that bright high-vis orange pattern. You're going to have that fixed handle. Their beautiful Jackery logo. You're going to have a 12-volt 10-amp DC plug on the front, right? You're going to have 2 AC outlets that are going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 500 if need. 2 USB-A ports and a USB-C port. The USB-C port is a bidirectional port, which is inwards and outwards. It's going to do 60 watts of charging either through this device or out of this device. You're going to have a DC plug over here. This is going to allow you to connect up to your cigarette lighter adapters, your wall plugs, or solar panels. This thing is an amazingly well done product. Now, with that being said, 3.5 hours is going to be your charge time with this one. It takes a little bit to charge it, but will be done in not too long of a time, right? It's not that bad. Now, what could you do at a 3.5 hour time? Well, you guys could run, let's say, 12 to 14 cell phone batteries, 15 DSLR batteries, 3 laptop charges. That's an 80 watt laptop, all right, guys? Not those 100, 200 watt ones. You guys could do a house fan for like 3.5, 4 hours. You guys could do the same with the flat screen TV, maybe a mini fridge, or vice versa. Plug it in the switch, get 40 hours of runtime, keep your kids out of your hair while you're trying to do something else. Grab it, hand it to your kid, they can carry it into the campsite. It is super, super light. At $159, this is an amazing piece of technology. Honestly, this one does really, really well. I love the simplicity of how easy and how small this is. Now, one thing I've noticed that I'm going to correct right now. I'm going to drop my camera down a little. My camera was really, really high right there. So with it, guys, you have great usages, great accessibility. It's going to do what you need, how you need to do it, and in a timely fashion. So 3.5 hours on a wall plug, 3.5 hours in your car is where it's going to charge at. If you want to do it with, let's say, the USB-C port and the wall part together, 2 hours would be your charge time. So Phil would have it up and ready for his kids to play Mario Brothers in no time at all. Now, if you had a 100 watt solar panel, you guys would have about a 4.5 hour charge time. For $159 by itself, that is your price point, but with the 100 watt solar panel, it is $284. So you guys can get this and this for $284. Now, normally this is like a $200 plus $300 solar panel all year round. You're going to get both of these at a crazy price point. You're pretty much paying like $140 a piece for both of these together. So that's the way to do it. And Mario Kart. Oh man, I was looking at the new Pokemon game, and then I was looking at there was another new game, and I was like, I want them. I want them. I think there was like a new Zelda game as well, and I'm like, come on, man. You know what? I'm gonna go here. I'm so busy doing these streams and stuff. I haven't had time to shop. I haven't bought a single thing Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Not one thing. So guys, great options if you need. Nice little stations from the 1000 V2 and the 300. Feels like Mario Kart for the win. Now he's lucky his kids are off at school, so we don't have to play it. All right, now we showed you that. I'm going to show you guys some of the kits that come with these guys. So let's do this. I was looking at it. Whoa. You talk about that. Me, Fernando, and Justin were all looking at an 85-inch Sony TV. I'll tell you that. Now, guys, you guys are going to get a package deal with this. Most of these are going to come with cabling to power it up, charge it, and all of the other stuff. You guys may get a wall charger like this, 3-prong wall charger to charge it, or if it's some of the others, you may get computer style. The 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug that we always talk about. This is that cabling right there, and you guys can see it. It's going to be a DC plug to cigarette lighter adapter. You may also get, let's say, one of these bad boy adapters for the DC plug as well. So let's say you guys need to go from the 8020 to a 7909. You guys just connect it on there, and then you guys are ready. And of course, that's the wrong one because it's already the plug we need. So you guys get what I'm saying. Now, my wife just looked at me weird, like, oh, you're streaming already. And yes, I'm streaming already. And you know what? It happens. So you guys could get a cable package like that. You guys, packaging may look a little bit different. You may get a carrying bag. You may not get a carrying bag, depending on the system you get. Now, that's a cool little thing with that, so you have those options. Now, I'm going to laugh at this because I forgot to do something while I was setting up stream. Look there. There we got light. Let there be light. Yes, it is. It's totally big enough for that. You should get that 99-inch one. Anybody else pick up anything cool? We'd love to know what you guys picked up. Anything from Jackery or anything? One sec, everybody. So, anyways, yeah, it's a great product. I just set up the projection screens. There you go. There you go. I mean, I have a pretty big TV. That's more of my wife's style thing, though. She watches a lot of TV compared to me. Well, the Jackery power station can power it if you need to, or that projector. All right, we're going to move back to the table. We're going to step up to the top, and we're going to move over into the middle over there. We're going to talk about the 2000 V2. Now, the Jackery Explorer 2000 V2, like some of the others in the line, has full app control, which means if I want to, I can come over here and I can turn SOS pattern on, telling Phil, I need help. Phil, I need help. Or I can hit the highlight light right here, you guys, and turn on that light. Now, that light's kind of cool because I can now see everything inside my house if the lights go out. Same with if I want to go to low light settings for nightlight style. You guys can turn it down and adjust it lighter. With this is going to allow me, of course, to turn on the digital display on the front. You guys can kind of see where it says 47% battery left. Yeah, because, well, I need to charge it. If I don't want that display on, we can turn that display off. Now, with this, it also tells us, guys, the battery percentage in there. It tells us, of course, the temperature it's running at and everything else in between on hand. We can even name them whatever we want. We can say, this is Bob, and Bob will do what Bob needs to do. Or I can label it the Dragon. You get where I'm going. So you guys can name all these stations whatever you really want with that. Now, 2,042 watt hours of power is what it packs. 2,042 watt hours of power in this package. Now you're going to get that flashlight, you're going to get that digital display, you're going to get that 12 volt 10 amp plug on the front that we were just showing you guys. And you're going to get, of course, the USB-C ports, the 30 watt port, the 100 watt port. So depending on what device you need to connect up to the 30 or the 100, you have the options of that. You guys will also have the 18 watt USB-A port. The opposite side is going to be 3 AC outlets that are going to do 2,200 watts of power. So that means Phil can go outside, plug in his electric jack up his truck, and he can then change over his snow tires on his truck or his Jeep. Now, some of you might have those electric jacks. Some might not. If you need to, though, you guys can step it up to 4,400 watts as well. BB-8 would be a good name for a Jackery station for the Star Wars. It would. I agree with that. You know what? I would love to see one of these made into an R2-D2. I'm just saying. I would love to see an R2-D2 themed power station. That'd be cool. Now, 2,042 watt hours of power. It's going to take about 2 hours to fully charge this, guys. So standard 2 hours quick charging, which is a decent charge time for that. You guys could also, step it up and turn emergency situation charging on and have that 1 hour charge rate, which is great. You could do, of course, let's say 11 hours of charging with only 400 watts of solar panels, or if you guys had 1,000 watts of solar panels, you guys would have about 3 hour charge time. Now with this, of course, you guys could do wall plug, car charging, and solar charging. It's up to you how you choose. 200 watt desktop PC should be able to run for about 12 hours off of this, maybe 150 hours with the CPAP machine. If you want to do about 60 cell phones, you guys could probably do about 60 cell phones, depending on the phone you choose. You Android users know what I'm talking about with your big batteries. Yes, the 3000 would be a perfect one. Yeah, I agree. The 3000 down below is a nice one, but you know what? I think it should be a smaller one. I think it should be the 240D should come in like a Star Wars theme. A little portable little thing. It would be great. It would be phenomenal. I would love that. Sorry, I got sidetracked with Star Wars themed products. Now, of course, you could do so much more. 2.5 hours with the shop vac. You guys could do, of course, the fridge for a few hours. You guys could do mini fridges. You could do hair dryers if you really want to. Curling irons. You guys could set it up and run that kitchen stove again, or Christmas decor, or Halloween decorations. If you really needed to get, of course, that TV time in, go ahead and get over 10 hours of TV time. No issues, no quarrels. Probably about 20 plus hours if you really want to go there. What else could we do? I mean, we could do so much more, like 26 hours with a 100 watt mini fridge. We could do 8 hours with an electric drill, maybe 20 hours with an air pump. We could do tree trimmers. We could do, of course, coffee machines. We could do heated blankets. Now, here's another little cool tidbit of information with this one. This was created with a new technology called CTB, or Cell to Body Structure Tech. Now, what that means is it looks like a beehive cut open on the inside. By doing that, you guys have a smaller casing of a system. So the case shrunk, the battery size shrunk, because the battery size didn't have to be as large of a casing for it. That also means the turnaround time and the build time is a lot quicker as well, because it's less steps that need to be followed to build it together. By doing that, that dropped it in about 34% in weight and about 40% in size compared to, let's say, the big brother, the 2000 Plus, which is the same battery capacity. Now with it, of course, you guys have this phenomenal power station that's going to do really, really well for $699. That's right, 600 and actually I think it's $679 today. You guys can get the 2000 V2 for $679 on Amazon. So I'm seeing a $679 price tag. That's a big savings. Normally it's like over 800 bucks, I think. Definitely check that one out if you guys need. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Now, if you want to step it up, though, you guys can get, of course, that 2000 V2 and, of course, two of the 200-watt solar panels for like $1,099. $1,099. That's crazy. Hey Phil, those of you sharing, the prices are off. 679, buddy. 679. Oh man. Get a sip of water in this. Should we get the ice cream machine out and start making some ice cream off of one of these? I'm gonna get up for a second, guys. I'm gonna walk back, but I'm gonna drop the camera back a little more because I kind of want to show you guys this. Let's see if I can do this. Now, with this in hand, if I want to, this is a 39-pound power station. Flip it to the side. That is where you're going to be greeted with the DC plugs over here. These are your plugs that are going to allow you to connect up to your solar panels. It's also your wall plug connector. Now, this also allows you to see that it still has that nice orange air vent over here on the side. It's got that handle that's allowing me to fold it around, and then, of course, it's a little dusty from sitting here all week. But you have a great little option. And I mean, everything is individually switched. So if I want to do it by hand, we can turn that on. We can, of course, turn this on. We can turn that off. Just by having this on low light mode, it's 1 volt of power. Highlight volt is 2 volts. We go into this and it's going to flash 1 volt with it on hand. So you guys have the options as well. Pair it with the solar panel and you guys have a great package deal. I mean, it's like $1,099 for those. So $1,099, you're getting 2 of the 200-watt solar panels. You're getting, of course, that 2000 V2. That would be perfect for a movie night out back. So let's say you want to do 14 plus hours of movie nights out back. You could do that off of this without an issue. Technically, with 2,042 watt hours of power, you guys have about a 100-watt movie projector. You're getting over 20 hours of runtime by the math. Now, just remember, though, the more things you plug into it and everything else with that on hand, it's going to, of course... Nope, you're good, buddy. Yeah, you're totally good, my guy. I was just letting you know that I saw there was a price change. I saw it. I didn't even know. I just happened to see it. You're golden, my guy. Now, there are a lot of different ways, guys, with these, of course, devices you guys could get. I mean, they even make a carrying case for the 2000 V2 that is waterproof, water resistant, so you guys can actually run it in, of course, colder temperatures, which is really great. Now, if you want to, I believe there's a DC to DC charging option. DC to DC charging option as well. So I believe that's going to be like, plug-to-plug systems and stuff like that. So there are other options out here with those. I actually haven't seen the DC to DC charger personally on hand, so I don't know a lot about that one. But there are options with those. Now, some items that I've actually ran from this is going to be like, Christmas decor again. I ran a whole stream off of this device one day. So I had the 2002 set down here. I had my whole streaming setup set up to it. And we did the whole stream off of that product or that station. So that's what we did with that as well. So, I mean, you have those options on hand. And a wide variety of things. Now, you guys know that I'm in a working household, so I have people coming and going right now. My kid just walked in, so if you guys heard that, I apologize. Well, it is one of them things that it's an early morning stream, so. 2000 V2 by itself, 2000 V2 with 2 of the 200-watt solar panels. You guys could also get the 2000 V2 with, let's say, 2 of the 500X solar panels. That would make a great comparison. So add the 500X solar panels, get that 1,000 watts of charging, and you guys would be up and charging at a great charge rate. Now, there's another way of charging this device. Is going to be wall plug and solar panel together, and you'll get about a 50 minutes of runtime or charge that way. Now you have over 12 forms of protection built into this. You're going to get a 5-year warranty as well. No hassle, no issues with that warranty. You're going to get, of course, the Therm Duro charging technology built in with this one, and all of the other cool little jazzes that you would expect from a power station of this magnitude. Now, having something of this styling is just what it needs. You guys are going to have phenomenally, really well done products. That's, of course, doing what you got. Now, if you don't want a product of this size and you want to go up a little bit bigger, you guys can definitely do that as well. We got that bad boy right there at the bottom. That is, of course, the 3000. You guys are going to notice some shadowing today. I don't know if I knocked over a light or the light's not working properly, but we have a little bit of shadowing today. That's hasn't been normal for the last few shows. This is their newer 3000 power station. Now, the 3000 power station is a crazy cool station that I have some LED lighting running off of. Now, that is, of course, the older Govee lights that are running off this system. If I want to go into the Jackery app, connect up to the 3000, shut off, of course, the plug, I can turn on the light just by hitting my switch on my phone. I want to turn it back on, and just hit the switch again, and it's back on. I can turn off the display, turn on the display. I can see generation and consumption. I can see carbon, what's called carbon reduction. So I want to show you guys this. This is kind of cool, though. So with the 3000, you guys have this what's called carbon reduction. So you guys can see, like what the reduction of what you're offsetting or the reduction of the station. Now, I can tell you, though, I have yet to actually set that up and run because I don't use it enough to kind of set that up to see what my carbon offset was. But it's a great little idea. Now, the station's at like 27%. I need to charge a lot of power stations. My electric bill is probably going to be crazy high this year or this month when I go and start charging everything. Now, the 3000, of course, is over 3070 watt-hours of power. It's technically 3072 watt-hours of power, but that little 2, is what it is. I always round. On this device, you're going to have an extra connection on this one compared to, let's say, the others we just showed. Technically, you're going to have a few. First and foremost, you're going to have that 12-volt 10-amp DC plug. You're going to have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max of charging. 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max of charging as well. You're going to have 4 of your standard 3-prong American outlets that are going to do, of course, 3,600 watts of pure sine wave. Can't surge at 7,200, so if you guys need to go above and beyond, go ahead and do so. Now, if you want to, though, you guys can, of course, use that 5th AC outlet if you didn't notice that there's another one up there. Now, that 5th AC outlet's going to do, of course, a beautiful 3,600 watts of pure sine wave power yet again, or 7,200 watts max. Now, on hand, you guys are going to have that beautiful TTR30 NEMA style plug. That NEMA style plug is going to allow, of course, the connectability to your motorhome or your toy hauler. Let's say Phil's got himself one of those, little campers that he tows behind his truck. You guys can plug into that TTR3, run the electrical circuits off of that through this device. And I like that it can actually do that. Now, it's going to take you about 2.25 hours to fully charge this device on the wall plug. It'll also take about 11 hours if you had 400 watts of solar charging panels, right? 11 hours with 400 watts. It can take more input power than 400 watts of solar panels. Just going to go there with you. You guys can get this down to about 3 hours of charge time. If you want to use solar panel and, of course, wall charging, it's going to be about 2,500 watts of power. Little under 2 hours is going to be your charge rate with this. When fully charged, you guys should be able to run a refrigerator for 1 to 2 days. You guys should be able to run a 5-watt light bulb for 9 to 10 days. You could do a 60-watt house fan or 45-watt house fan for about 60 hours. You guys could do about 66 plus hours with the Wi-Fi router. Still has 20 milliseconds to switch over, but this one, because it's got over 3,000 kilowatts of power, you're eligible for that tax credit from the IRS. Tax credit? Where? Tax credit where? Exactly. The IRS gives you guys a clean energy tax credit program. 30% tax credit. I apologize. I had to cough. Now, you could do more than that. We have a wide range of products that you can run off of this without an issue. I mean, you have Charge Shield 2.0 in here. You have, of course, over 10 years lifespan. You have a 5-year warranty. With all of that power, you guys can run an 800-watt stove for over 3 hours. You guys can do about 6 hours with a rice cooker. If you want to do a coffee machine, go ahead and do a coffee machine. If you want to do that flat screen TV, you'll probably get about 30 hours with that flat screen TV or more. Maybe 60 tablet charges. You probably could do about 36 laptop charges. Let's say 100, yeah, I'm going to say about 100 cell phone charges maybe. Leaf blowers, lawnmowers, hand drills, you guys can do that as well. Portable ovens, drones. You should get about 30 charges with drone batteries. PC Phil's getting ready to start videotaping all the Christmas lights in his neighborhood. He's going to use his GoPro and he's going to charge it. He can get about 300 charges with that. That's a crazy amount of chime and power to be had with this one on hand. Anyone? Yeah, right there. It expires at the end of the year. What? You mean it's no longer a thing after this year? Wow. So with the price point, guys, you can get the 3000 for about $934. It's a 15% savings. You guys can, I believe Amazon has like 3 plans to select from as well. So you guys that want to do a purchase plan. It's whatever to me. Phil, I'm going to be honest with you, Phil. I ain't never filled any of them out. I should have, but I didn't. Now, you guys can also get the 3000 with 2 of the 200-watt solar panels for like $1,423. Now, $1,423 is a crazy price point, right? You're going to get 2 of those 200-watt solar panels. You're going to get, of course, that beautiful station. Now, with those 2 panels, it's going to take about 11 hours to do that, but it's whatever. Add 6 of them panels, you're going to have a lot quicker charge time. But it is an amazing station. I don't remember. Let me check something real quick. For some reason, I think I did. Didn't I do it? Did I do it? Yeah, I know I did it. Let's show you guys this video. So this is with the switchover that I did. I had the device plugged into the wall. I had my air purifier plugged into it. It was running, of course, that power. It had the air purifier going. I'm going to unplug the orange plug, and you guys are going to notice that it does not shut off. That 20 milliseconds of switchover means I am constantly still in action and in running. So I'm already unplugged, and it never shut down. So that's a cool little thing that you guys can kind of do with the 3000 or any of the other stations that you're seeing around here. Now, again, you guys could do like the Christmas decor, like the 2000 V2 did, or the 1000 V2. Plug it in, let it charge during the day with the solar, then at night, once it starts getting dark, you guys light those lights up and let them run. You guys will get a long runtime. Like this one was 87%. It said I had over 14 hours of runtime with all of these inflatable decorations. Now, some of you guys go a little more crazier than we do with decorations. Now, there are 10 inflatables and a whole bunch of lights, but some of you guys do probably 30 to 40 inflatables and animatronics and smog machines and snow machines, and you guys do the math, all right? It's just some of the in general ideas of what you guys could do, how you guys could do it, of course, and pair it up with solar panels, and you guys would get all of that you need. 3,000 is a beautiful one. Yeah, I'll look right into that, buddy. I'll look right into it. Oh, I'm just going to laugh. Oh, and then I'm going to stretch because it's one of those mornings that we should be stretching. Can you tell James is starting to feel better? He's got more energy. All right, up next, we're going to step it up in a size game. We're going to step up to a little bit larger, the bigger brother to the 3000. This is going to be more geared towards your whole home powering, your off-the-grid living, your food trucks, or, of course, your vice versa. So let's say you guys are a mobile mechanic, or maybe you guys have a mobile dog grooming station, or maybe you have a food truck. This system that we're about to show you would work great in that piece. So that's going to be kind of cool with this. Yeah, taco truck. Exactly. Tacos. Taco truck, my guy. That taco truck is going to allow me to, of course, run off of one of these pieces right here. We are going to talk about why and which one. Whoa. Hey. Ignore the camera. We have to update. The cameras are not what they should be. We're going to talk about the 3600 plus right here. This power station is one of the newest stations that they dropped. Now, it is 77 pounds. It has handles to carry it, but it also has a telescopic handle that's back here that I can actually fold up, put away, and roll around if we need to, right? Now, with the 3600 plus, guys, we're going to show you guys a few little tidbits with this one. You're going to know that it's $1,199. It's a 43% savings. I priced that wrong. It's $1,699. It's a 39% savings. But we're going to go into this. We're going to bounce back to this little piece over here. I'm going to zoom back. You guys are going to see, of course, the whole area that I'm working with. You're going to notice that I'm going to move some power stations with ease. I'm going to grab the 5,000 handle. I'm going to tip the 5,000 back, and we're going to roll it backwards. It's just that easy. I'm going to grab the 3600 with 2 fingers, and I'm going to roll it around without an issue. Now on the bottom, there are 2 casters, and there are 2 wheels. I can zero turn this device if I need to. The handle folds up, puts away. I can grab this, of course, if I want to, with one hand and lift up 77 pounds. Or I can grab it with 2 hands and deadlift it that way as well. On the front of this device, we have multiple points of connections. The greatest stars. Yeah, they are extremely quiet. There is only about 30 decibels of noise that come from these. And that's a great little tidbit of information with that. Of course, that camera wasn't set properly, so let's go down here. Now, another thing with these is they are what's called zero loss. Or zero drain. I can fully charge this device, come back to this device about a year from now, and it will still have 95% battery capacity or more. No issues. Now, you're going to have a larger display, so you have that 3-inch display on the front. You have the power button. You have that TTR30 style plug. You have 4 AC outlets on the bottom. You have 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. 100-watt USB-C ports, 18-watt USB-A ports, and of course 3,600 watts of sine wave power for the AC outlets. Zero, yeah, exactly. Zero, no offset gases, nothing. One thing's a little bit different with this. If I tip it over, you guys can see it's got like a carbon fiber pattern on the top, which I love. Your charge times will vary with this device, though. You're going to have about a 2.5 hour charge time on a wall plug for 3,584 watt hours power. That's right, 3,584 watt hours of power in a device of this size. Now here's where it's going to change just slightly with this. Because you're over that 3,000 kilowatts yet again, you have that option to sign up for that 30% tax credit through the government. You're going to get over 6,000 charge cycles on the first 100% battery for the next 10 years. Then you'll have about 70 to 80% battery capacity past that, so you guys still have a nice long battery life. It's going to take about 4 hours to charge at 1,000 watts of charging. So if you guys had 2 of the 500X solar panels, 4 hours is your charge time. You guys could do, of course, the solar charging and wall charging together and have a 2-hour charge time as well. Technically, this could run a refrigerator for 2 to 3 days, 120 hours with the 5-watt light bulbs, 5 washes with your dishwasher or washer machine. You guys could do about 2.5 hours to 3 hours with 1150 watt window AC just on the system itself. Now, 77 pounds is what it weighs, so do know it has a little bit of girth to it and a little bit of weight to this little boy. Now, with it, it is only, that's right, only 20 plus inches tall. Technically, if I can remember right, it's 15 inches long, 12 inches wide by 19.3 inches high. So 19 inches off the ground is how it sits. It's not the world's biggest power station, but it packs quite a punch. I mean, it should allow you to get 43 laptop charges, maybe 3 hours with the microwave if you really wanted to. Now, you could do even more than that. We can do, let's say, 7.5 hours with the rice cooker. We could do 4 hours with an electric oven. We can do maybe 3 hours with the coffee machine. 7 hours with the space heater. Maybe, I'm going to go here, maybe you want 36, 37 hours of runtime with your flat screen TV. That way you can get through, of course, that marathon of Star Wars. Or, of course, maybe you guys are into, of course, Hogwarts. Go ahead and watch that. Now, 100, maybe 120 cell phone charges or so, 70 tablets, 86 hours with the Wi-Fi router if you need to. We can keep going. We can do lawnmowers, leaf blowers, yet again, hand drills, table saws, table planers. You guys can do, of course, clocks. Maybe you guys want to do a countdown clock. Go ahead and do so. 36 drone batteries. 25 hours with the mini fridge. Maybe Phil needs to start barbecuing up some skewers for dinner, and he's going to get 2 hours with that electric barbecue grill. The 3600 Plus can pack a punch and then do so much more with just that system alone. Now you guys can get the 3600 Plus with 2 of the 200 watt solar panels if you want to as well. Now that is going to be, the links aren't working. Fernando, are you listening in? So the links for the 3600 Plus is taking us straight to the battery. It's not taking us to the solar panel option. It's not taking me to anything. What's up with that? All right, bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get the price for the option with, of course, the 2 solar panels. For some reason, that link isn't working for me. I don't know. All right, we're just going to go to the whole package deal. Let's talk about the 3600 Plus package deal, because we went into depth with the 3600 Plus, but we didn't go full in depth. We're going to go farther into this. The 3600 Plus by itself is a very powerful, beautiful little station that can be taken anywhere and used in any situation pretty much. By itself, it's great. With 2 solar panels, it's even better. With 2 solar panels and an extra battery, it's top of the line. Now, you guys are going to have a $3,000 price tag with this, plus the battery and the 2 solar panels. You guys can use that 5% discount code that we have for you to take an extra 5% off. But by adding that battery, you now have 7,168 watt hours of power. Now, you guys can add 5 batteries total and have 21 kilowatts of power. Now, 21 kilowatts of power is a crazy large amount of power that should allow you to run most of your home appliances for a few days without an issue. You can link a second 3600 plus and 10 batteries, and you guys can go, of course, for 43 kilowatts of power. That's at least 7 plus days of runtime without no issues. Now, 3600 plus with just the 5 ports on the front and, of course, all of that alone is well worth it. But if we roll it to the side, you're going to notice that there's an AC expansion port right there. There's a DC battery expansion right here to add the batteries. 2 solar panel connections and the wall plug. Now you're going to have 2 individual circuits breakers right here for the AC ports as well on. You're also going to be greeted with the large air cooling holes on the side here. The back is just, of course, the sticker, the decal, and then on the bottom you have the wheels if you need the wheels. The 3600 Plus is a phenomenally beautiful station. It's going to work really, really well for anybody's needs. Now, I mentioned the food truck things, and that's because I noticed that a lot of these food trucks that I see are still using gas generators. And I mean, it's cool and all, but you guys can use one of these. You guys could strap solar panels to the top of your food truck. You guys could charge off the sun and run off of these systems. And by having, of course, the battery capacity, it should allow you to run like your POS systems, your point of sales. It should allow you to run, of course, your card swipes. It should allow you to run like the lighting inside that you guys might need to run with that. And it should allow it to run all day while you're doing it. And of course, if you need to, take it home, then plug it in and charge it for your next day of use. You don't have to worry about getting gas. Now, most of you are still using propane tanks to, of course, run the actual grills, but, work on it as we go, right? 3600 Plus, guys, beautiful. 3 options for you, different price points, and an amazing little thing. If you want to, though, pair it up with like the manual transfer station. You guys can connect it up to the manual transfer station power. I think it's like, I'm going to say it's like seven circuits can be ran off the manual transfer station with this. One little difference with this one compared to some of the others have 20 milliseconds of switchover. This one has a 10 milliseconds of switchover. It's a lot quicker. It's got a 5-year warranty, Therm Duro exclusive cell technology, so minus 4-degree weather, up to 113, no issues. You guys can, of course, do the accessibility runs with it and everything else. It's an amazing little station. So 3600 Plus, guys, great options for you. All right, let's check chat. Let's take a sip of water. All right, I'm not seeing any questions. There's a lot of you watching. Just no questions today, huh? All right, we're going to step it up. We're going to go to a bigger power station. We're going to talk about the big brother of the 5000. Now, the big brother of the 5000 is over 130 pounds. That's right. It's 130, it's like 132 pounds. It's definitely a heavier product, right? So it's going to be, a lot heavier to move around. It's going to be a lot heavier to lift. Well, it's not that bad because it's still easily movable. So if we come over here and you guys can kind of drop the camera back and we'll zoom back up here and let's come on over. You guys can notice that the 5000 is back here. I'm going to take the 3600 Plus and I'm going to roll it out of the way with 2 fingers. No problem. Set it aside. We're now going to grab 5000 and we're going to roll it here. Now, if I want to, just 2 fingers. And remember, guys, it's nicely leveraged. So it's got a nice leverage tip over point. It's got 2 nice large casters and 2 large wheels on the front. Telescopic handle with fully aluminized that can hide inside the housing. and 2 handles. So if you guys need to lift up the 100 pounds, you guys can lift it up, right? On the front, you're going to have, of course, the beautiful front panel with large display. We're going to bring you in closer. Let's do this. You're going to have the 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug. Now that 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug, we talk about it off and on about what it is, but let's show you guys how it plugs it. So literally you take the cigarette lighter plug adapter and you guys would plug this in just by pushing it in there, and then you're up and running whatever device you want. So let's say I want to use this to charge another station. I can do that with this plug if I needed to. Now you're going to have, of course, 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max charging capable on the front. You're going to have 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max charging capable on the front. You're going to have 4 AC outlets. These 4 front AC outlets are going to do 7,200 watts of sine wave. That's right, 7,200 watts of sine wave through those front AC ports. Over 60 forms of protection, 5-year warranty, fire-resistant shell, shockproof resistant shell, 10-year battery lifespan at 100% battery, and then about 70% to 80% after that. With this device, you guys have multiple ways of charging, and of course can be used in multiple different ways. This is a 35% savings today with the 5,000. It's like $27.99 today. Normally it's like $4,300. Crazy price drop for you guys. Now, that's where it's going to get kind of cool. And we can go into this a lot more with this because there's a lot more to it. Multiple input methods, multiple charging input methods, large battery capacity because it's over 5,000 kilowatts. You guys have a capacity of craziness. Can be used with what's called prioritizing solar or off-peak charging. You guys can do mobile app control with, of course, through the smart transfer station or through the device itself. It's going to allow you to do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power, can surge at 14,400 if you need to surge above and beyond. Down to about under 2-hour charge time depending on the way you charge it. And that's going to be kind of where you guys will go with this. Now, first and foremost, on the side, there are more connectors and ports. So we're going to be over here. Come on down. You guys are going to notice that we have the first port. This is your AC expansion port. This is meant to link a second 5,000 plus or to link to the what's called smart transfer station. Now, the smart transfer station is a nice little station that they made that will connect up to your beautiful, that's right, your beautiful electric circuit breaker box in your house that's already there. You'll have an electrician wired it in. Then you guys can run 12 individual circuits through this device through your house. Below that is a 14-30 and a 14-50. These are dual charging voltage, 120 and 240 style chargers. That means if you guys want to run your CPAP machine off, or not your CPAP, your welder off of this, you guys can do that. If you guys want to run your hot water tank, you can do that. Your house dryer, you guys can, of course, run your hot water tank. You guys can run your hot tub. You guys can run your central AC off of these plugs just as it is between the 120 and 240, as long as you have a 14-30 or 14-50. If you want to connect it up to your motorhomes, your RVs, or your toy haulers, you'll get a TTR30 adapter plug or cable with a 14-30 or 14-50 terminated in. Below here are 4 individual circuits for, of course, all of these AC outlets. They want to make sure it's protected, so if you guys trip it, it will actually trip without a problem. Let's talk about this one. The AC expansion port. When connected up to your smart transfer station, you guys can charge this system at 4,000 watts of charging power. That means your electric company or your electric grid can charge this at 4,000 watts, which means you have under 2 hours charge time. That's right. Under 2 hours to get 5,000 kilowatts of power is a crazy quick charge rate for that amount of power. On the opposite side of this device, and you guys can see how easy it is to roll around and move around, you're going to have more connections than what we were just talking about. On the bottom is a DC expansion port. That's for connecting extra batteries. You're going to have the wall plug. Now, the wall plug is going to allow you to charge at 1800 watts, standard wall plug charging. So any of your standard outlets, your 120 outlets, will allow you to charge at 1800 watts. That's a 3.5 hour charge time with that system right there that way. Now, under this panel, if we take this panel up and pop it off, you guys probably won't pop that off, unlike me, I do. You're going to have two different connections. You're going to have your 8020 adapter over here, or your 7909. This is going to allow you to connect up to your smaller solar power arrays. So up to 1200 watts of solar charging. So let's say two 500Xs or a 200 watt panel linked into this. You're going to get 1200 watts of charging. It's going to be about a 5-hour charge rate. Now, for those of you that are like Phil and have 4,000 watts, 5,000 watts, 6,000 watt, or larger solar arrays on the top of your house, your garages, or the movable style stands out in the yard, hit the switch, flip it on over, and connect up to your linking cable right here, and charge at 4,000 watts of charging. Your high power solar arrays will charge at 4,000 watts of charging. That means you guys can actually get that nice quick charge rate on those larger solar arrays. Remember though, it charges at 4,000 watts. That doesn't mean your 4,000 watt solar panels are going to get 4,000 watts. So if you have an 8,000 watt solar panel array or 10,000 watts, you'll get more input in low light settings than of course other people will. It just stops at 4,000 watts of charging. It's not going to allow you to go over that. Flip the switch back when you guys are back on low power solar array and you're good to go. Now again, 2-hour charge time. What's cool with this system is if you have this device linked into your house through, of course, your smart transfer station, you do not have to leave this there. You guys can disconnect this by pausing the smart transfer station, disconnecting the cable, and rolling this off with you. So you guys can take the 5,000 with you traveling. So let's say you use this as your whole home power grid, or better yet, you use it as your campground or your campsite power system. So you guys have a cabin up in the woods. You guys bring this with you for your camping trip, and then you disconnect it and take it with you. That's how this would work. It would be the same with you at home. You use it for your house, but you decide you're going on a road trip and you want to put it in your motorhome or RV. Disconnect it, put it in your car, and you're good to go. Now with the smart transfer station, you have a smart app control. With the smart app control, you guys can see generation and consumption of solar, generation and consumption of your power grid. You guys can see, of course, all of the AC outlets that you're using and turn them on and off individually. Same with, of course, the DC plugs. It's going to allow you to do, of course, prioritizing charging. So your cable company will charge you more during peak hours. So you guys set it up to run off of this during peak hours, and then it will charge it during off-peak hours. That means you guys are going to be saving quite a bit with that through the app. So that's the cool piece with this. Now with the multiple ways of charging and connections, you guys have multiple ways of course running. You guys can run quite a bit. Let's say you guys can run a flat screen TV off of this device for 2 days. That means Phil's going to get enough of his Stranger Things marathon in 2 days, and he'll be waiting for his power to come on. You don't have to worry about it. Maybe Phil's made a mess and need to clean the clothing. You guys can get 3 hours with your washer and dryer, right? So this connected up to your house dryer is going to give you guys 3 hours alone. Connect it up to the washer, and you guys will probably get enough to finish the whole load and be clean and ready for your next day of messes. 2 hours with your central AC on this device alone. Unfortunately, your central AC is a power-hungry device. Power, my recharge. Yeah, your rechargeable vacuum. Yeah, you can do that as well. I mean, if you need to clean up all the cereal chunks off the floor, go ahead and do so, buddy. Maybe your kids were throwing popcorn around, making popcorn strings for the Christmas tree. My guess is Phil doesn't make popcorn strings for the Christmas tree, though. He probably has one of them fake Christmas trees. The window AC users, guys, about 4.5 to 5 hours with 1150 watt window AC off this device alone. Up to about 110 hours depending on the refrigerator you're using. So let's say like a mini fridge should be able to get you guys 110 hours, as in where a 200 watt refrigerator will get you guys at least 3 to 4 days without an issue off of this device alone. Now, it's even better with that because you guys can link up to 5 batteries. By linking 5 batteries, you're going to have 30 kilowatts of power. 30 kilowatts of power should give you guys at least about 7 days of runtime with most of your smaller home appliances. And I'm going to say this with a grain of salt. That doesn't mean you guys can plug in your central AC to this, set your central AC to 60, and expect to see 7 days of runtime. It's not going to happen. The only way that's going to happen is if you guys have that large 4,000 plus watt solar array outside and you're charging and using it at the same time. Now, with it linking to a second 5,000 plus and 10 batteries, you guys can actually get, let's go here, that's right, you guys can get, well, what can you get, guys? Come on, tell me. You guys will get 60 kilowatts of power. 60 kilowatts of power. By getting the 60 kilowatts of power, you now have 14,400 watts of power through the smart transfer station. You guys can, of course, have double the connecting ports on all of the devices. You will now have at least 14 to 15 days with your standard devices. Now, that's going to be calculated on calculated based on an average daily electric use through blackouts. It's not going to be like, everyday use. So everyday usage will vary on how much usage you're going to use. So that's where it's going to kind of vary. Because when you guys have a blackout or brownout, most people are not going to be sitting there turning everything on in the house. They're going to have the essentials like the fridge, the heat, maybe, of course, a little bit of lighting and stuff like that. This is an amazing little piece. It's a great price point, $2,800 before the 5% discount code if you guys want. Save a few bucks with it. Now, you guys can get the 5,000 plus with the 500X solar panel for $33.99. Now, the 500X solar panel is one of them larger, crazy, insanely huge panels. So this is that panel right here, 90 plus inches long. It's made from 6 85 watt panels, fully waterproof, water resistant, bifacial charging, and everything in between. So much popcorn during movie nights. Ew. You know what? Hey, Phil, I don't like popcorn. I'm a non-popcorn eater, just so you know, buddy. I don't eat popcorn. I am not a fan of popcorn. My wife thinks it's weird. I don't like popcorn. I don't know what it is. I like caramel corn. I don't like regular popcorns. Give me that crunchy caramel corn. What is my go-to movie snack? Gummy worms. I'm a gummy worm person, dude. I love gummy worms, sour gummies, I'm more of a gummy person. Old Dots. So that's that 500X, guys. You guys can get it as a package deal with this 5,000 plus for like $33.99. My wife likes popcorn. It's great and all. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of popcorn. I don't know what it is about popcorn, buddy. What? Oh, that makes it hard. Why would I want a hard gummy worm? That's just weird. I mean, I've had it that way, like ice cream cakes with them and stuff. I only eat certain gummy worms, too. Only eat certain gummy worms. You got to have a gummy worm that's got multiple flavors. You can't have just one bag that's all the same flavor. So there's a couple brands out there that make gummy worms that have multiple flavors. Each gummy worm's a different flavor. I don't know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, gummy worms on ice cream is kind of weird. That's like those kids that dip their French fries in there. in their ice cream. Yeah. No, buddy, no. All right. Any questions about the 500 plus, guys? Go ahead and ask. We're here to answer. Ew. My wife likes those. I don't like Swedish fish. I don't like anything about Swedish fish. My go-to is cinnamon bears. Like, I will eat cinnamon bears until I am so green, it's crazy. Cinnamon bears, man. Cinnamon bears. The only way to go. All right, up next is going to be the 240D. I don't know if Phil have seen this, but this is that one I said would look cool is R2D2. If this had an R2D2 theme, man, I would be in heaven right now. Now, this is 256 watt-hours of power and a $132 package. Normally $209 with this one. Now, this is and does have a great carrying handle. So you guys can carry it around, not worry about it. It's not going to fall. Very strong, very sturdy with this. The cool part about this carrying handle is if I pop it and pull it off, it's a USB-C to USB-C cable. Now this USB-C to USB cable is over 140 watts of power capable. So you guys can actually charge the device or other pieces through that cable. Now on the front, you're going to have a 140 watt USB-C port. You're going to have a DC port. You're going to have a 100 watt USB-C port. Now the 140 watt USB-C port is bidirectional. This one's 100 watt, of course, with this. Then you're going to have a 15 watt USB-C port and a 15 watt USB-A port. You're going to have a nice digital display. It's going to show you guys the battery percentage. It's going to show you the input and output with this. Silicone pads on the bottom. Under 3 hours, depending on the direction you charge it. So let's say you want to use the 140 watt charger. It's going to be about 2.5 hours. If you use the DC plug with your car charger, it's going to be a little over 4.5 hours. If you use this to connect up to solar panels, it will vary depending on the solar panel you have. 100 watt panel will give you about a 4.5 hour charge rate. 40 watt panel is going to give you about a 7.5 hour charge rate. Now, a really cool thing is that right here, you guys can take this carrying handle off, and you guys can add a shoulder strap. So you guys can put a shoulder strap on this and carry it around with the shoulder strap if you wanted to. Now, I was able enough to test from another company. I was able to test a carrying bag. Jackery actually has their own carrying bag, so just kind of imagine this being like Jackery's variation with this. You guys have a carrying bag options that you guys can put this device in, cover it up, and now it's of course protected from the weather. So now you're protected from the rain. It's going to have a front cover that's going to come off of it. It's going to allow you to get into the USB-C ports and USB-A ports and see the display. Put it back on and you're now protecting it with, of course, the covering, and you have pockets to put like cables in. So there are options with these carrying bags out here for this already. No. So this one doesn't actually have the app. There's like really no reason to have the app on this one. I mean, you're literally just using USB-C ports. It's got 256 watt-hours of power. It should be enough to run a Nintendo Switch for at least 38 hours without a problem. Maybe 15 cell phone charges, 3 laptop charges. You guys can do 16 hours with a Bluetooth speaker without an issue. And like I said, your charging time will vary, like 2.5 hours on a wall plug, about 3 hours or so with the 100 watt solar panel, and vice versa with this. Now, the better part is how light this is. So most of you know I was a really big fan of the 100 plus. I love the 100 plus so much so I used it all the time for all my videography. Well, Jackery decided that they wanted to up their game, and this is, of course, going to take over for the 100 plus. So you now have the 240D. This is 4.5 pounds. That's right, 4.5 pounds. It's under 5 pounds. This is very, very lightweight. Now, you could do maybe 6 drone batteries. You guys could do like 100 hours with a light bulb, you guys could do 10 camera batteries, 9 hours with the Starlink Mini. And Starlink Mini connects up through a USB-C port, so you guys can power that through that Starlink Mini that way as well. 6 iPad chargers. So you have a nice range of usage with this nice little piece. And like I said, they all have silicone pads. This one's going to have a QR code for the serial number so you guys can register for the warranty. And it comes with that super strong cable. I mean, it's a braided cable if you guys look at that. So I have no worries that this cable is going to last a nice long time and before I have to replace it. Again, you should get about 6,000 charge cycles on the first 10 years of the battery. It's a LiFePO 4 cell. It's got their Therm Duro technology, so minus 4-degree weather to 113 plus. And it's going to do everything. It's a nice, beautiful, portable little device. So this is a cool one. I would definitely love to see like, I mean, I'm sure Jackery will come up with some other colors, but I would love to see a company come up with like a shelling that could actually like a cover, like almost like D-skins or something, to turn this into R2-D2 or C3PO or BB-8 or something like that. That'd be cool to see that. $132 though. I mean, this thing is beautiful. It's a great little option. You guys saw me yesterday. We were charging this. We got it up to about 65% charge on that show yesterday. So we're definitely charging it on the show off of the 2000 plus. All right, we're going to move on. We're going to talk about the 500 now. The Jackery Explorer 500 is up above my head, if you guys can kind of see it sitting there. So let's move over here. Let's change camera angles. Let's jump up to the top, the tippy top of the stack. That is the 500. Now the Jackery Explorer 500 is 518 watt hours of power in a 13-pound package. Now at 13 pounds, this thing's coming in at $284 today. 43% savings. Now 43% savings is a good savings for a product of this magnitude. Now it's got an original handle. It's got the original battery fixture. It does have a flashlight, so it does single mode lighting. It's got 3 USB-A ports and 1 AC outlet. Now that AC outlet's going to do 500 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 1,000 if you really need to. You're going to have 3 DC plugs that are input only and 3 DC plugs that are output only and 1 that is input only. You're going to have a 6.5 millimeter DC input plug, and then you're going to have an 8 millimeter DC output plug. Now the 6.5 by 1.4 millimeter is going to be your 12 volt 7 amp DC plugs. Your 8 millimeter DC plug is going to be the 100 watt input port that you guys are going to charge off a wall plug, solar panel, or cigarette lighter adapter. With, of course, the 5.5 hour charge time, you're going to have about 4 hours of electric blanket runtime, 7 hours with the flat screen TV, maybe 30 hours with the laptop, 9 hours with the mini cooler, or if you really need to get that margarita, daiquiri, or milkshake up and made, you get about 50 minutes of runtime with that one. For the air pump or air compressor people, you guys, the single piston air brushes, your single piston tire inflators, 8 hours of runtime is where you're going to be at with this one on hand. Now, it is a phenomenally great piece with this, and that's what I like with that. Now, I don't think, I'll check it up real quick. Yeah. So, it is definitely one of them beautiful little pieces that will do well for you in those timely fashions. Now, 284 is a great deal, but you guys can step it up. You guys can get it with the 100 watt solar panel for $445. You now have the full package deal. By having that 100 watt solar panel, you're going to have about a 7.5 hour charge time, but you're now having a station that you're not paying the electric company for, and you're running it off solar. So, just a great little idea with that one if you need. Now, with it, we're going to move down to the table. We're going to step over to the 300 Plus. The Jackery Explorer 300 Plus is an amazing 288 watt hours of power at $199. Now, 288 watt hours of power, it is only 8 pounds of weight, so it is nice and lightweight. Now you're going to have a flashlight that does two modes, standard lighting or SOS pattern. You're going to have the 12 volt 10 amp plug on the side. You're going to have two USB-C ports. One USB-C port is a 100 watt bidirectional. The other is going to be a 15 watt USB-A port. You're then going to have a 15 watt USB-C port. 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug. But you have under an hour and a half charge time. So a little over 1 hour and 1.25 hours, you're fully charged, you're up and ready with 288 watt hours of power on a wall charger. If you guys use the 100 watt USB-C port on the front, it's going to be a 3-hour charge time. If you want to use, let's say, the DC cigarette lighter adapter, it's going to be about a little over 4.25 hours. For the solar panel users, let's say a Mini 40 will give you 7.5 hours. A 100 watt solar panel will give you about a 4.5 hour charge time. With this, you should have enough to run your Nintendo Switch for about 38 hours. Maybe 13 cell phone to 15 cell phone batteries. 3 laptop charges, 5 drone batteries, 4.5 hours with your flat screen TV, 4.5 hours with your house fan, maybe 15 to 16 hours with your Wi-Fi router or modem if you needed to. And again, with this, they do offer like a backpack and a carrying pack, so you guys can get those options as well. But it is an amazing little product that's going to do well. This is, again, one of those #1 selling items that are phenomenal. And if you haven't seen them, you should definitely check it out. Now, if you want to get it with the Mini 40 solar panel, you guys can get it with the Mini 40 solar panel for like $278, which is a good deal. It's a great deal. But I would get it with the 100 watt solar panel, guys, at $398. You're getting the system and the 100 watt panel, and you're going to be very, very happy. Now, with it, of course, you guys got options. You got a lot of options right there. Now we're going to move back to this table because we're going to move up into, of course, bigger power stations. We're going to talk about the 2000 Plus. Now, before I get to that, you're going to notice that we have the 2000 V2 in the middle of the stack on, of course, the left-hand side, and then we have the 2000 Plus on the right. The 2000 V2 and the 2000 Plus is the same battery capacity. You heard me correctly, the same battery capacity. 2,042 watt hours of power, and definitely different sizing capacities. So you guys can see kind of how much that 2000 V2 shrunk down. Now the 2000 Plus package that we're showing you guys is the 2000 Plus and 2 of the 200 watt solar panels. This is going to be a $1,400 price point today. Normally it's like $3,300 for the system. Now, 2,042 watt hours of power with 2 of the 400 watt solar panels, you're going to have about, I'm going to say, a 6 to 7 hour charge time with those solar panels. On a wall plug, you guys will have a 2-hour charge time with no problem, quick charging. If you had 6 of the 200 watt solar panels, you guys would have a 2-hour charge time as well. You have the 2000 Plus set in your motorhome. You have it connected through a cigarette lighter adapter in your car and a car outlet. 25 hours would be your charge time on this. 30 decibels of noise, so library level quiet. 20 milliseconds of switchover, so can be used as an EPS or UPS. 5-year warranty. 10-year lifespan at the first 4,000 charge cycles at 100% battery and then some. Multiple forms of protection, multiple CE, FCC certifications. When fully charged, you guys should be able to run a 200 watt desktop PC for 12 hours off of this device. 150 hours with the CPAP machine. 3 hours with the refrigerator. 2 hours with the window AC. You guys could do 14 hours with the movie projector or more. You guys could do an hour with the hairdryer. Maybe you want to do 26 hours with a portable freezer. Technically, you could run a welder for about 40 minutes off of this. So if you guys need to, you guys could run a welder for about 40 plus minutes. Hand drills, electric saws, table planers, all that stuff. 60 to 70 cell phone chargers, 45 drone batteries. Now on the front, you're going to have the 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter adapter. You're going to have 2 USB-A 18 watt ports, 2 USB-C 100 watt ports, 3 of the AC outlets that are going to do, of course, 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power can peak at 6,000. You're going to have that 5th TTR30 NEMA style plug that's going to do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at, of course, 6,000. So you guys got all of the connections that you could ever want and then some on hand. And that's the great idea with this. So you do have a wide range of usages as well. Now, by itself, it's phenomenal. It's great. It's perfect. It's going to do everything you want. I've ran Christmas decorations. I've ran window ACs. I ran a stream off of this. I had my Xbox plugged in and my TV plugged into it. I ran my whole movie projector screen off of this. If you wanted to, it would make a great movie night out back with an inflatable movie projector, the projector itself, and maybe surround sound. You guys pick and choose how you want to do it. By itself, it is a great option. I mean, pair it up with any type of tool that you could ever think of and have fun doing it. Now, $13.99 with 2 solar panels, that's a 58% savings. It's a great savings. But I would get it as a package deal, a full package. Now, what's that package? It's going to be the 2,000 plus, that battery sitting right above it, and 2 of the 200 watt solar panels. Now, that means you guys can get 2 of those 200 watt solar panels, the battery, and this device for $2,000. It's a 55% savings. But remember, because it's over $1,000, you guys can use that 5% discount code that we have for you today. So you guys can save a few more bucks with that and not worry about it. Now, let's go into here. By adding that battery, you now have 4,085 watt hours of power. So 4,085 watt hours of power on that. That's great. Now, 4,085 watt hours of power can be charged at the same amount of time. 2 hours on a wall plug or 2 hours with 6 solar panels. But how can it do that? Well, the battery itself can have 6 solar panels added to it itself or the system. So you guys will have 12 solar panels total now. Just the same as you guys will have it linked up to this. By adding that extra battery, you now have 300 hours of CPAP machine usage time, 24 plus hours to 28 hours with the movie projector, 52 hours with the portable refrigerator, an hour and 20 minutes with your welding machine, like your TIG or MIG welders. You guys could do 120 cell phone charges, maybe 90 drone batteries, maybe 38 hours with the inverter heater. You guys could do 10 hours with the blender out back. That's a lot of margaritas at, of course, the town fair. I mean, what? Yeah, you guys could do it at the town fair. I mean, why not? The 4,000 kit, guys, is a crazy, beautiful kit that's going to do phenomenally well for all of you. Definitely check that one out, guys. You will enjoy that, and it's going to do what you need as you need it to do it. The 4,000 kit, I've had it for quite a while. Have had no issues with it. It's ran quite a few things. It's probably a go-to when we're doing like the summer streams and stuff. I plug in window ACs. I probably charge this one more than I charge any of the other systems besides the 100 plus and the 240D. So any questions about that, go ahead and ask. Now, at that part of the show where we're going to start showing you guys all of the solar panels and solar panel options. I'm going to start this off with a solar panel that is not in the carousel. This is going to be the 500X. We're going to show you guys a little video of the 500X right here. Now, this, of course, is just the 500X in the house. It does have a carrying case. It comes with 6 85-watt panels that will need to be put together. You're going to get, of course, multiple hinges. I think you get like 8 hinges on this system. You were going to get, actually, I think it's like 10 hinges. You get like over 50 screws. You're going to get the screwdriver. You're going to get, of course, the Anderson clip plugs. You're going to get the Anderson clip. They all interlink with Anderson clip. You're going to get a 10-foot cable, and you're going to get this very large solar panel. Now, this solar panel will work well for a lot of the larger systems, like the 2000 V2 on up to the 5000. Put it outside. It's going to be about 96 inches long when folded out. It's going to be set at a 25-degree angle with all of the panels so you guys can get that reflective charging. And it's going to do it very well. Now it does weigh a little bit, so do know that you guys are carrying a little bit of weight around, but hey, that's where it's at. Trevor, what's up, buddy? How you doing, my guy? So phenomenal, phenomenal solar panel that's going to work well for a lot of people if you're looking for a panel of that size. If you're not looking for, let's say, a 500X, then we can check out the 100-watt solar panel. Now this is the Jackery Explorer 100. This is a bifacial charging solar panel. This is a fully waterproof, water-resistant solar panel. It comes with a 10-foot cable. It's going to come with, of course, 2 kickstands already pre-installed on the device with an elastic strap and Velcro tab. It's going to have one on each side. You're going to have riveted on fabric handles and riveted on snap rings. Now these snap rings are holding it together. You're going to have a blue reflective side charging, and of course you're going to have the black reflective side charging. Now, determining on which side you use, it's going to be reflective charging and it's going to be lower light charging. But when you pop it open, you're going to have that nice, beautiful black side. Now, it's a trifold design, but it is a quad panel. This panel is over 60 inches long. It's going to give you guys all of that charge that you need. So if I pop this down here, you guys can see the light just bouncing onto this. That's what you guys are going to get for solar charging. And it's going to do well. It's a nice lightweight panel. Comes with that 10-foot cable. This solar panel can work on any station they offer, from the 100 plus all the way up to the 5,000 if you need to. Now, are you going to charge the 5,000 off the single 100-watt panel by itself? Probably not. And if you try, let me know if it works out for you, all right? Just going to say it now, because that is a lot of panel in a big station right there with that one. But IP68 rated, fully waterproof, water resistant. If it gets dirty, it gets mud on it, wash it with the hose, it's not going to hurt it. It gets snow on it. The snow will melt. It will be back up and running. Don't worry about it. The rating is there for you. Now, it is a nice thinner style panel, but it is nicely portableized as well. So you guys can move this around, take it with you, and just up and have going. So great little option right there with that one. If you're looking for a 100-watt panel, definitely check that out. Now that's $198, and it is at an amazing price point. The next panel up is going to be the 200-watt Solar Saga solar panel. Now this is a very, very large panel. Again, bifacial charging. Built-in kickstands that are Velcroed on, but it's got elastic strapping. These straps are going to allow you to set it up at a 25-degree angle. You're going to have one on each side. It is going to tell you that this is the top and this is the bottom. So it does write top on it. ETFE laminated handle with magnets in the handle to hold it closed. When we pop this open, and I can kind of show you guys this hopefully. I'll slide this down here, pop it down here. You're going to have this magnetic holes in the magnets. You're going to have a sunlight angle indicator to angle it at the proper sun angle. Now with this one though, it is a very, very large panel. It's so large that I cannot open this on stream. It's too big. It's 96 inches long. So we are going to show you guys the video for this right here. Let's pop over here and grab that video. So this is, of course, that nice large panel for you. So right here, guys, this is that cable that's going to come with it. Nice 10-foot cable. That cable is going to be perfectly set for you guys. It's going to allow you to connect up to most devices without issue. It's going to have the 8020 adapter, the 7909 adapter. It's going to have built onto the cable a USB-C and a USB-A port, 5-volt 2.4 amp, and a 5-volt 3 amp plug. The USB-C is the 5-volt 3 amp. The USB-A is the 5-volt 2.4. So you guys can technically charge a cell phone off of this, just right off of the device, or you guys can charge a little as other devices right off of the solar panel with the cabling. Now, long panel. You guys are going to notice that right here that I cannot open it all the way, but it is a beautifully large panel that will work really, really well for you. $319.95. This is normally $378. It's like 16% off today. This is one of the panels that you guys might get as an option in some of the other systems. So you're going to have a nice variety right there that's going to work well with you if you need a system of that. Now, if you don't need a 200 watt panel, hey, gotcha. Got you covered with this one. This is going to be the Mini 40. Now, the Jackery Explorer Mini 40 is a $79 solar panel that's going to work with the smaller stations. From the 240D to the 300 plus to the 300 to, of course, the standard 240, the 240 V2, the 100 plus power station. 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, half-inch thick at its thickest point. Fully waterproof, water resistant, has snap rings built in or press rings so you guys can tie it down with D-clips or ropes. Magnetic clasp that pops open and allows us to see this beautiful little solar panel. Pop it open. You have a nice panel. This is a 2.5 pound panel. This panel is super lightweight. You pair this with the mini or the 240D and you have a 6 pound package deal. You pair this with like the 240, the 300s, and you have 11 pound package deal. Pair it with the 100 plus and you have literally a 4 pound package deal. So nice, lightweight, fully waterproof, water resistant, harsh and wet weather. Leave it out in the sun, leave it out in the snow. Don't worry about it. Get it dirty, wash it off. It is not going to hurt it. Now, it's going to do about 24% efficiency in low light settings. That's about where you're going to get with this one. 100% in highlight settings. Snap it closed, guys. Connect it to your backpack off a D-Link. Hike on in and allow it to charge off just 2 panels. If you guys are, over 6 feet, you guys could probably do the whole panel all the way out without a problem. Set this up in your backpack, take it on the go, and not worry about it. This will work very, very well for a lot of the options out there if you need a system like this. So, great little piece, awesome, awesome option. Now, another solar panel that is not in the carousel today, but you guys could definitely purchase it. It's out there. This is going to be a panel that even Phil will love. This is called the 100 Lite. Now, the 100 Lite is an ultra thin, super thin solar panel. This panel is just that. It is like, it's not even an eighth of an inch thick. This thing is super thin. It is, of course, the 100 Lite panel, and it is bifacial charging, but if you watch me, I can bend it at 200 plus degrees and curve it to whatever I need. Now, that means I can actually strap this to the roof of my house, my motorhome, and I can shape it. That also means for the people that have like balconies and you guys need to strap it to like either front of your balcony, you can do that as well with this on hand. So you have a great little option with this. Now, with the 100 Lite solar panel right here, guys, this thing is crazy cool. Bifacial charging, 25% efficiency in converting light to power. It charges on both sides. That's the reflective side. This is going to be the side that's going to get the most of the charge. It has a permanently connected 10-foot cable. Now, this cable is different than any other cable I've seen Jackery use. If you guys see, it is nice and wide, but it is super, super thin. So you guys can run this and not have to worry about what it looks like. It's an Anderson clip style plug, so you guys can actually Y-split it with more than one panel, and you guys can pair it up and make like, a 1,000 watt panel setup, 4,000 watt panel setup. That's up to you. Anderson clips. Now you're going to have an 8020 or 7909 adapter at the end as well with this. So this is their 100 Lite panel. This is their newest panel, their newest option for that, and it's amazing. I love that they created this panel. This thing is going to work well for those people that are trying to like shape the roof of their motorhomes, their RVs, their toy haulers with a whole set of these. You guys can curve this to the top of that thing and not have to worry about it. You guys could set enough of these panels up there and it will do well. I would say use like 3M adhesive, like really good 3M adhesive double stick tape. Put it on the black sections on the back side to tape it down if that's what you're doing. Or make a bracketry to hold it down. That's up to you. Another cool idea would be to make like a movable 25-degree angle bracket with this. So you guys can actually do this and like tip it up at an angle, and then you guys can get that reflective charging with this. So that is what's cool with this. This is actually a great little idea. So that's the 100 light panel. That panel is one of their newest panels. Phenomenal, beautiful little panel. What's up, Thor? How you doing, buddy? Now we have one more solar panel, guys, to show you guys today. This is going to be their fully tempered glass 100 Prime. Now the 100 Prime is $170 today. It's a 43% savings with this one. It is going to be one of their panels that you guys will probably permanently fix it to whatever you're using, right? So that's where we're going to go with this. This is tempered glass. Does not fold, but it is still bifacial charging. It's been tested in -4-degree weather and in, of course, a minus or plus 113-degree weather without a problem. Fully metal housed all the way around, so you guys have a metal housing with this. You have the black side that's going to get the most of the sunlight. On the back, you're going to have the reflective side. This is going to get, of course, the reflective charging. You're going to have 12 individually pre-drilled holes to, of course, mount it down. It does come with 4 of the Z brackets, which is like a bracketry system that you guys can mount up on the roof of your house, your sheds, your RVs, however you guys want to mount it. It's going to come with 8 self-tapping screws. They are fine thread, so if you guys need to go through like really thin sheet metal, it's going to grip and still have thread grip. It's going to come with 4 nuts, bolts, and of course washers and hardwares. It's going to have a permanently fixed 10-foot cable, so you guys have that 10-foot cable. The cable, again, is an Anderson clip style, so you guys can actually connect it up to like the 100 light if you have the Anderson clip plugs. It's going to come with an 8020 or 7909 adapter in, so you guys can adapt it down and change it. Fully waterproof, water resistant. When it gets dirty, wash it off with the hose. Don't worry about it. This is, of course, their fully glassed panel. So that would be a great one. That one's like 40+% off. So you have a great deal right there for that product. Now bear with me as I move some of these panels back up out of my way. I do not want to be tripping and breaking these. I have one more show tomorrow night, so. So that is all of the solar panels that we have for you guys. We have a few more minutes left of this show, so I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of some of the deals that you guys can see or have today. First and foremost will be like on the table. It's going to be the 1000 V2 down here. That's going to be that bottom solar panel in the corner. 1000 V2, guys, that's going to come in at like $349. It is a phenomenal station, 19% off today. It's 1,070 watt hours of power. It's going to pack quite a punch for you guys, and it's going to do it well. You guys are going to have an amazing power station that's going to do really, really well with all of the connecting ports. It's got 2 USB-C ports, a USB-A port, 3 AC outlets. It's going to have that flashlight on the front. It's going to have the 12-volt 10-amp plug. It's going to have a standard 2-hour quick charge time. And it's going to do it in a 24-pound package. So 24 pounds is where it's at. Now I have, of course, that OLight light connected up to it. I have a Keystone light on it. And you guys can run more than that. You don't have to just do the smaller state stuff. You guys could plug in like an 800-watt refrigerator to it if you needed to, or a stove. You guys could plug in, your flat screen TVs, your CPAP machines, or anything of the sort. For $349, you have a great price point with this system. It's going to do very, very well with that one. Now, that is a #1 seller. Honestly, I think it's been a #1 seller since it's dropped. And, of course, it's like really, really doing well. I think it's like one of the fast sellers today, too, if I can remember right, on Amazon. So that's an option. You guys can get it with, let's say, a 200-watt solar panel for like $551. So you guys would get that nice, large, big solar panel that would do 26.7% efficiency, even in low light settings. Or you guys can get it with 2 of those 100-watt bifacial solar panels for like $599. So if you wanted that option, you have that as well. Now, if you don't need that option, you guys can get like the 300 that's in the middle. The Jackery Explorer 300 is $159. It's 298 watt hours of power. It's going to have about a 3.5 hour charge time. It has 2 AC outlets on the front. It's going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave, 500 max. Now you're going to have 2 USB-A ports, a USB-C port, a DC input plug, and a 12-volt 10-amp plug as well. With the amount of power, the 293 watt hours of power, you guys can run a Nintendo Switch for about 40 hours. You guys can run a CPAP machine for about 5 hours and do so much more. It weighs 7 pounds, so it is very lightweight and very easily movable. If you want to, though, you guys can add it with a 100-watt solar panel and have about a $284 package. That's going to give you guys about 7-hour charge time, but you're going to have a system that's pretty mobile. If you want to, you guys can also step it up and you guys can go up in size. You could do, let's say, like the 500 up there, the 518 watt hours of power for like $284. Or you guys could do the 2000 V2 for $679. Now the 2000 V2 is $679 right now. It's got all the same plugs as the 1000 V2. 2 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A port, 12-volt 10-amp DC plug. You have that beautiful flashlight that does 3 modes of lighting and 3 AC outlets. Now the 3 AC outlets on this one are going to do 2200 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 4400. So if you guys need to go above and beyond, you guys can do that with, of course, as well. Don't have to worry about it. Now, we have more than just that because you guys are going to have a 2-hour charge time, standard, quick charging. With the amount of power, with the 2042 watt hours of power on this, you guys can actually, you could run a 200 watt desktop PC for 12 hours. You guys could do a flat screen TV for over 20 hours. You guys could do, of course, an LED light bulb for over 60 hours. You'll have a nice long run time, and it will do well, but it is 39 pounds. So it does weigh a little bit, guys. You have a little bit of weight with that one, so just be a little cautious. You guys can get it with 2 of the 200 watt solar panels for like $1,099. So if you guys want to step it up there, you guys can actually do that as well. If you want to, though, you guys can step up in size and go down on the stack and get the 3000. Now, the Jackery Explorer 3000, guys, is one of their newer systems. It's 3072 watt hours of power. It's going to have 5 AC outlets that do 3600 watts of pure sine wave power, can surge at 7200 if you need. It's going to have 2 100 watt USB-C ports, 2 18 watt USB-A ports, and of course a 12-volt 10-amp plug. Now, like most of the stations, they all have app control. You're going to have the 5 AC outlets. 4 of those are your standard. That 5th is that TTR30 plug. That TTR30 plug, guys, is going to allow you to connect up to your motorhomes, your toy haulers, and all of the other devices. Now, for $934, you guys can run a CPAP machine for at least 200 hours without a problem. You could run that 200 watt desktop PC for at least 18 hours, no issues. You guys can do your lighting, your fridges, anything and everything you can think of could run off of this. Now, if you want to step it up and add some solar panels, it's $1,423, but you're going to get that 3002 of those beautiful 200 watt solar panels. Now, with it, you guys can also move up in range, and you guys can get like the 3000 or the 3600 plus. Let me grab the 3600 power station right here. Now, I haven't moved out of the way, so we're going to show you guys a quick little video of this. This is the 3600 plus. Now, the 3600 plus is 3,584 watt hours of power. Or, if I grab the wrong, why is the link's not working? Anybody want to tell me? All right, you're going to have right here 3,584 watt hours of power. You're going to have a 77-pound power station. It's about 20 inches tall. You're going to have 5 AC outlets on the front. 4 of those are your standard. Then you're going to have that TT30. You're going to have the 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. 3,600 watts of pure sine wave power, can do 7,200 surge. This device can actually have batteries. So you guys can link up to 5 batteries to the system. When you have 5 batteries, it's going to be a little over 21 kilowatts of power. If you link a second 3600 plus and 10 batteries, you're going to have approximately 43 kilowatts of power. Now, it does have a linking plug on the side. It's got an AC adapter plug. It's got, of course, the DC battery expansion port and multiple ways of connecting. 2.5 hour charge time on a wall plug, 4 hours with 1,000 watts of solar panels, or 2 hours with the solar panels and the wall plug together. Now, by itself, it's $16.99, but you guys can get it with, of course, the battery, the solar panels, and the station for $2,999, which is a great price point. So you guys are gonna have a 35. You're gonna have it for like $3,000. It's a great price point for that one right there. Now, if you gotta step it up, and which you guys definitely could, you guys can go to like the 5,000 plus. Let's see if I have the camera set up to the 5,000 plus. I do. The 5,000 plus is going to be a bigger power station right here. We'll zoom back a little. You're going to have a 130-pound power station that's got 5,000 watt hours of power. Now, this is a 35% savings today. It's $2,800 before you use that 5% discount code that we have. It is going to be a standard 5-hour charge time on low power solar array. It's going to be a standard about 3.5 hours on your wall plug charging. But if you want to go above and beyond that to quicker charging, use high power solar array or the smart transfer station, and you guys will have under 2 hours charged. With this, you're going to have 4 AC outlets on the front that do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave, 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, and a 12-volt 10-amp plug. On the side, you're going to have a smart transfer switch port. You're going to have 2 NEMA-style plugs. Now, those are going to do 120 and 240-volt charging, which means you guys have a 14-30 and a 14-50 NEMA plug that can plug in central ACs, your house dryers, or vice versa. And you have the 120 or 240 volts, so you guys can run the higher powered devices. With this, though, you guys have a nice little package by itself, or add 5 batteries. By adding 5 batteries, guys, you're going to have 30 kilowatts of power. 30 kilowatts of power should be enough to run your home for at least 7 days without a problem. Add a second station and 10 batteries, and you guys will have about 15 days of runtime. Add the large solar arrays, and you guys can actually charge this at 4,000 watts, and you're running off of the grid, not paying your electric company. So that is where you guys are going to be with all of these amazing deals. If you want to get it with like the 500X solar panel, it's going to be about $3,400, but it is another great price point to be had. Now with that, there are even more stations like the 4,000 kit, the 240D, the 300 plus, and then some. Guys, these sales are not going to last you. This is your last day of cyber sales, so definitely check them out if you guys want to today. Remember, these deals end tonight, so do not sleep on them. I want to thank everybody for coming to all these shows all week. We hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope we'll see you guys on the next show. Have a good one, everybody.